Yeah.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Monday Night Paranormal Live. It's me and Angela again. It's Paul and Jenny from Host for Ghost, Angela from South Coast Ghost. So, good evening and welcome to you. Unfortunately, Graham was going to come on tonight, talk about EVPs from Ludgershall Castle, but he's had a personal matter. So, unfortunately, he can't be here tonight, but we're sure he'll be back on next Monday. Hopefully, all fingers crossed for him and his family. So, tonight, what we're going to do is Angela's going to post out some questions. So if you've got comments and you're watching this, comment on the questions we asked. And if you want us to talk about a subject, we can. So put it up on the screen or message Angela and she'll put it up on the screen. Obviously, we were all prepared and ready for Graham, so we're blagging this tonight, like we do most times anyway.
Yeah.
So bear with us. So help us out tonight. Send in your comments or topics you'd like us to talk about so we can have a chat with you. And if you want to come on one night, please do contact us. Let us know. Come on and talk about your team or your methods of investigation or where you've done, and you come on and let everybody hear where you've been and done and what your experiences are in the paranormal world. We are currently talking to a few people to come on, but it's coming up to half term, so it's going to be difficult because they're looking after the kids, and so you just need to bear with us. I might be on next Monday. I'm not sure because we're on our way back from Guernsey next Monday. So we will try get on. So please tune in because I'm sure hopefully Graham will be back on. Really interesting guy to listen to his EVPs. Phenomenal. He catches some real great stuff. So well worth a listen and ask Graham some questions. So tonight we're just going to throw out some questions out there to you and see what you can come back with, and say drop your comments to Angela. You'll put them on the screen. Right. What's your first question, Angela? Where are we going?
My first question, it's kind of a bit of a personal one, but when I was a lot younger, I had an invisible friend, like a lot of kids do. And this invisible friend was called Siddy. Unfortunately, I don't remember anything about Siddy, and I don't remember having this friend, but I remember my parents telling me about it. And I've always wondered whether Siddy could have been maybe one of my guardians, or could have been, because I had a grandfather called Sidney Roy.
Oh, right.
But he passed before I was born, so I never knew him. So I've always wondered, could that have been him? But I also don't know why I don't remember anything about him. So I just, after people's opinions on what they think imaginary friends could be, whether it's just where children are growing up and all the changes they have, or whether it could be something more spiritual or ghosty.
What do you reckon, Jen? Jen's over there. So.
Yeah, sorry, I'm over here. I don't know if you can see me, can you? Okay. So I believe, because I had a very same thing, actually. I used to have a doll that came out of my bedroom cupboard, and I used to play with her. And in fact, my mum came up and said, I know you've got someone in here because I can hear your conversation going on.
Oh.
And the girl from the cupboard, I feel that, like Emily said about the vessels, I feel that the spirit lived in the doll, right? But I feel it was some sort of guardian or spirit child or whatever. And anyway, so my mum got really cross with me, and she's looking under the bed, she's looking in the cupboard. I know you've got someone in here, because I could hear this conversation going on. And in the end, I had to admit that it was my doll from the cupboard. But the doll had said to me, if you tell your mum, I'm not able to come back again. But I believe it was a spirit child, or like you say, a guardian that I played with. But then after that, I used to play with the spirit children down the garden, which was safer, because obviously, you know, no one was going to work out that they were there.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion, and I do believe that I used to play on my own quite a lot. So I used to be on my own, even though I had brothers and sisters. I used to play on my own a lot. So consequently, I think I kind of got into the spirit side of things.
I think I often wonder, when I was a child, I remember various things. I don't remember a great deal about having spirit children in my life very early on. But I do often wonder whether we see spirit children that are from a previous life.
Okay.
Whether that's someone we played with in a previous life and they've come back.
Yeah.
But we've actually moved on. I don't know.
I remember telling my nan, being in my nan's garden, and she had graves of her dogs. And I remember being down her garden and spirit telling me that there was more to life than where it stops here. Right? And I went in and told my gran this, and she said, "Oh, really? How do you know that?" And I said, "I don't know. I was told." Right? And my gran was very spiritual and used to have my gran was very spiritual and used to have what they call tea parties, and she used to read the tea leaves and stuff like that. So I believe that it was passed down to me from my gran, and so from there I used to see spirit a lot. I used to play with spirit a lot, and I used to play with other beings like goblins and stuff like that.
And your mum was never spiritual?
My mum wasn't, no. No. And I used to have stuff, like when you see things in your curtains, I used to have goblins and stuff like that in my bedroom. And I said to my mum once, "Oh, can you tell everyone to go, because it's a bit crowded in here." I used to see these lines that came from one bush to another bush down the garden, and I'd say to her, "What are those lines in the garden?" I never knew what they were.
Yeah.
And she said, "What lines?" And in the end, she got so frustrated with me that she said, "What do you mean, the lines in the path?" And I said, "No, the lines that go from one bush to another." And they were like light, right? But where those lines were, there used to be a funny energy there. So I think it was something to do with water and ley lines.
Yeah.
So I used to see them as well. And I think my mum must have thought I was totally cracked. But anyway, that's how it was for me. And I was just sort of brought up with it. So from there, obviously later in life, I developed it more and did my psychic stuff, and then became a medium. So that's how it went for me.
So it makes you wonder, like these children or these people could be your spirit guides.
Yeah.
Because spirit guides stay with you for the rest of your life, don't they, till you pass away. So that's the point of contact with your spirit guide when you first see him when you're young? and that's your guide there on. Have you ever seen him in meditation, the child, Angela? Or your grandfather or whatever?
No, because I've no idea what he would have looked like, because I don't remember anything about him. I just remember my parents telling me that he was called Siddy, but I don't remember having an imaginary friend or know anything about him, really. I just thought, I don't know.
Strange that you don't remember, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know what's happened. I forget.
Yeah, I don't remember the spirit children sort of later on, but all I know is that I then used to hear spirit.
Yeah.
They used to tell me what was going to happen when I went to school that day.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then I think when I was about 13, 14, it kind of like died away for a bit, and then it came back in my sort of 20s.
Okay.
So it makes you wonder. It's strange that you don't remember anything about them, isn't it?
I know. I'd like to.
Yeah.
Wow.
That sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'd like to know if maybe it was my granddad, because maybe I couldn't say Sydney, so I came up with Siddy.
Yeah, it could be that you could pronounce it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could have been him that you saw.
Yeah. I just
And you've
don't
had
know.
nothing from him since, your grandfather.
No.
That's strange.
Nothing at all. Yeah.
You think he would come back, wouldn't you? It was like me seeing my nan.
Yeah.
I think it's spirit children that you're connected with the spirit world, and if you're lonely, they come and play with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Could be, couldn't it?
Because when other kids didn't used to play with me, because I was quite fat as a child, and it I used to get bullied a lot, and I remember playing in the playground, and I was having a great old time, because these two girls, they decided they didn't want to play with me, so I went and played on my own, and the spirit children came in, and then they saw that I was having such a great time, they wanted to come back and play with me, and I said no. So then I got told off because the teacher said, you told those girls to go. And I thought, that's great. Anyway, the spirit children went as soon as they started making the commotion. But that's how it is. Yeah. And I think when you're lonely and stuff, you can play with spirit children, and maybe they go for that while until you become adult, and then they come back in various other forms like guides and stuff like that.
So it's like they call you imaginary friends, is it? But are they imaginary? But they're not. No.
My mum, she heard the conversation.
So they're hardly imaginary, are they? People say they're imaginary friends. So, I often think maybe they could be, couldn't they? They could be your spirit guides, or like you're in that time where you are lonely and they sense it and they come and talk to you or play or whatever, like Jim was saying.
Spiritual in any way.
Especially if you're connected, you're a bit more open. I think it can also be what you believe in, i.e. spiritually. Yeah. I mean, we're all open as children anyway, aren't we? So we're all susceptible to seeing spirit at such a young age, because we're not conditioned, are we? Both sides of the brains are working. And they say, it's your imaginary friend, but it's not always your imaginary friend, is it? It was like the time I saw my nan. I mean, I knew I'd seen things when I was a child, but my mum and dad were never spiritual. They were, no, don't be daft. Once you're dead, that's it. It's all gone. Forget it. And I used to say to them, but what about nan and granddad? No, they're gone. That's it. Oh, okay. And it wasn't until that time I saw my nan standing at the end of my bed in like 4 nights in a row. I suddenly sort of tweaked me then, thinking she's trying to tell me something, or she wants me to do something. And obviously not being tuned in at that time, I couldn't hear. I could see her mouth moving, but not being tuned in to the spirit world then, I couldn't see what she was saying. The closer I got to her, she just disappeared, obviously, like they do. So I never really knew, and I've never seen her since.
No.
So, you know, I saw her how I remember her as a child, with her glasses and a cooking penny and her little curly hair, and exactly how I remember. But she died the Queen's Silver Jubilee, 1977.
Oh, right.
And I saw her at least 10 years later.
Yeah.
You know, and she didn't look any different. So I think whether that's a memory not to scare you, that you remember them, you know, as they were. I suppose they do come through. I don't know, like you, Andrew, when you connect with spirit, can you see them? Do you get a feel for them, or do they look young? Do they look middle-aged?
I don't actually see like them as they are. Just I have a little like TV screen in my mind, and I get little pictures on there of like what they used to look like how they want to be recognised by whoever they're there for, and sort of things they're doing or what they're wearing, or just little pictures that come in my mind. So I don't actually feel them or hear them. It's just like I got a little TV screen up there and things come in there. That's all I can describe it as.
I think before, when I started doing it, like with Jim was sort of teaching me in circle.
I'd say, Angela, I'm very similar to that as well, but I also hear them.
But my messages used to come like, do you remember the old ticker tape? That's how my messages used to come through at first. All I could describe is like ticker tape, and I'd see the message on the tape. It's the only thing I can relate it to. And it would go like, like that. And I'd say, oh, there's so and so and so and so. And I'd be like reading it with my eyes, but it was being in my head. Where now I'm, you know, with the training Jen's given me, and that 9 times out of 10, I can see them, but only in sort of their middle ages, you know, the 40 and 50-ish, never younger or older, but I think when they were in their prime of their life, maybe that's why I see them. And often I can describe the clothing that they're wearing, and I don't know why they present themselves like that to me, and then I just get that message, like you say, comes through, and off it goes. So I say I've never had my nan come back again. So, and the other thing is, I've never had contact from my mum or dad, which I find very strange. You know, people we've had like been in the audience. Somebody says, "Oh, I've got a man here," describes my dad to a T. But then I think to myself, why does he not connect with me?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. Have you ever connected with Darren, do you think?
No.
Strange, isn't it? Why you can't do that?
Maybe it's because you're too close or something.
I don't know. There's a question for everybody.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some people probably say, yeah, I can connect with family member, but I've never been able to. My mum, my dad, I only ever saw my nan that time. I think when you pass European, when your soul spirit is at its most complete, So it depends on whether you've passed and how long you've lived. I think so. But I always see them like, you know, when I see them, they're jumping up and down, which is that relates to me that they couldn't move in the earth plane when they were on the earth plane, but they're jumping up and down to show me that they're perfectly well now. You know, that's my, I don't know what you call it, my symbols, or that they couldn't walk in this light on the earth plane, but they're okay now because they're jumping up and down. So they got their mobility back, that sort of thing. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
But whether I'd want a message from my mum and dad, I don't know. I know if I'd be a bit creeped out by that.
Well, that's why
maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they don't do that.
Yeah, don't want to scare you.
No.
Spirit will always do anything for the highest good.
Yeah.
I remember, like during the chain, I kept saying to you, I never see anybody. I can't even see my spirit guide. I don't know who it is. But I always used to see someone looking out the long grass, just put the head out and then put the grass back. And Jen said they'll come when they're ready.
Okay.
And I had that for a long time, where they would just peek out of the grass and go back. And I'd say, well, I can't see who they are. I don't know who they are. And then suddenly one day, and obviously when I was ready, they only come when they're ready. I saw him. He came out of the grass, and he was he's like a
green man. The green.
No, not him.
No,
it's like an Indian with full feathers.
I'm sorry.
Like an Apache or that, with all the regalia on and the big tall feathers and all of that around him. When I finally saw him, and when I go to my beautiful place in nature, when I go to meditate, or I've had a bit of a shocking day at work, and you want that little bit of shutdown, I go to my beautiful place in nature is a rapeseed field, all yellow flowers. And there's a big old oak. I always see this oak tree right in the middle. And every time I get there, I walk across the field, and there's an old man dressed in green sitting on the bench. Yeah.
That'd be your guide.
And sometimes he says stuff to me, but other times he'll just look at me and just nod. And it just sits quietly. So I don't know. Not sure. So make of that what you will. What's your next question?
I think the only time I've sort of connected with Darren really is in my dreams.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, I'll tell you something about that.
Here we go.
I'll tell you about that. Okay, so in your dream state, you're already on the astral plane, and when we do mediumship, we have to pull our energy up, and they have to pull theirs down. So really, we're already on the astral plane in dream state, so it's easier to connect with our loved ones. Yeah. Okay, so if you've had a dream about a loved one, you probably are actually meeting them.
Yeah.
On the astral. So write your dreams down, like I always say. Yeah. Write them down, because you'll find a message in there somewhere. Okay. Yeah. So that's for everyone out there.
Yeah. So that's what they say, isn't they, about writing in your dreams? There's always a message in your dream. You just, sometimes we forget our dreams. We wake up, don't we, and think, well, that was a really weird dream. You say, what was it about? I say, well, I don't actually know.
Also, as you're writing that dream down, quite often certain words will trigger your brain and think, oh yeah, I remember something else about that dream. Do you understand? Yeah. And then you think, I know what that means. Yeah. Right? Or you go look, always date it, and you look back on it and you think, yes, I know what that means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously they say also when you're asleep, your defences are right down low. Yeah. And it's easier for spirit to connect with you and give the message, give what they need to give.
That's what I'm saying about on the astral.
In the astral.
Yeah, you're connecting with the spirit because you're already on the astral and they're on the astral.
Yeah, yeah.
Or they're coming down a little bit.
Yeah, interesting.
So
Any other? Got another question or?
This, well, I don't know if this comes under sort of paranormal stuff or it's something completely different, but it's to do with memories, and where you can have a memory but it feels like it really happened but it probably didn't, or it either definitely didn't because it's too weird that it doesn't make sense. So I don't know. I don't really know what.
Like deja vu?
No, it's what I'm sort of referring to is another thing that happened in my childhood, but I was older than the imaginary friend stuff.
Yeah.
I was in my parents' pet shop. This was after it had closed down, so it was all kind of dilapidated, really.
Yeah.
And I think it must have been November time because we used to go over there to have a bonfire in the garden. And I was in the front bit where the shop is, and I had my hands on what would have been the counter, and I felt myself sort of lifting up in the air like I was sort of levitating, and then I was holding on to the like the counter underneath to stop myself going too high up. And then I heard somebody coming through from the back and I came back down. And to me, ever since then, it's always I don't know, it's always felt like it was a really real thing that happened, but logically it doesn't make sense. So I don't know why I would have that memory of something that I don't think could have happened, because it's a bit too out there.
What do you reckon?
Am I just strange?
I've never actually I've never actually had anything like that happen. But what I did want to say is, don't you remember when you went in that what do we call it, house that time?
Oh, yeah.
Saw you
Levitate.
we saw you levitate. Don't you remember?
When you were in Cornwall, that
actually happened.
Alistair Crowley's house.
Oh yeah, that was. I didn't feel like I'd lifted off the ground that time. I just felt like I was being pulled up.
We saw you.
We actually saw you, because I remember message Darren saying angels off the ground. But you were in the corner, weren't you? Right, if I remember rightly, in the corner of the room, or you'd drawn to the corner, whatever it was. And he definitely levitated upwards. But
I don't feel like I left the ground though, but in this dream I was like feet off the ground. Like
you were off and
I don't
running.
know, 3 or 4 feet, and like going up towards the ceiling, and had to hold on to the counter so I didn't go up higher, and then I sort of pulled myself back down again when I heard someone coming. But it just feels like such a real memory.
How strange, isn't it?
I know.
I've never heard of that before.
Honest, but
Never heard of that before.
I would leave that as, you know it happened. So why shouldn't it have happened?
Do you think it could have been real?
I think so. Why not?
I don't know.
Because it's so memorable that it was actually real.
That's what it feels like, but I can't explain it.
No. But I think sometimes these things happen and we can't explain it. It's unexplainable. But we know it's happened. It's a bit like deja vu, isn't it? You know, I've never been here, but how do I know where everything is? And it's like that type of, is that deja vu is a regression in when you're regressed and you come forward in your previous life, that you've been to this village, and various things, or is it a memory thing? Seen it on TV? Is it sat at the back of your subconscious and suddenly you think you remember it? Or I don't know.
Right.
Deja vu is very difficult to explain, isn't it?
Really putting it out to you.
There you go.
Right. I looked up, can someone levitate? Right. While many claims of human levitation exist in religious and mystical contexts, there is no specific scientific evidence to support the ability of a person to levitate in defiance of gravity. Levitation refers to the phenomenon of an object floating in midair without any visible support. It has fascinated humans for centuries, often associated with supernatural or magical occurrences. Throughout history, various cultures have reported instances of individuals, particularly saints and yogis, claiming to levitate during moments of deep meditation or spiritual ecstasy. Magnetic levitation.
So there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
So you must be a Saint Angela or something then. You're able to quick get your autograph before you levitate. Well, there you go. That's I don't know how you explain that, but it does make me wonder if it was real.
Yeah.
Because it's so.
I believe it was real.
Yeah. I think it's so vivid in your memory. You've got it. So, you could describe it so well, like fingers under the counter, and having to hold on to stop yourself going wherever. It's like they say that. I think I said about before. You can actually make yourself have an out of body experience, as they call it, an OO, where you can actually get yourself to leave your physical body and travel. And I mean, I've had dreams where I'm actually flying over fields and various things,
which is quite a common one.
Which is going to be quite common
astral projection.
As you come out. You don't realise because you're obviously fast asleep. But when I was doing the parapsychology, they were trying to the homework is to try and do a new out of body experience, and they taught you how to do it, to like look at a center point of a room in the dark and just keep concentrate, and eventually it disappears and you're actually looking down on your body.
Yeah,
I got to a point where it disappeared. Yeah, don't try this at home. I got to a point where the spot disappeared, so I was in that, and it freaked me because I could start to see things, and I thought, oh no, and I came back out of it. But I've never tried it since, but I was very close to it. Whether I'd want to do it, what if you can't come back?
Yeah, I think I'd be too scared if I felt that something was happening. But nope.
And that's what happened to me. I knew it disappeared. The room was completely black, and I mean black. And then I started to see different things appear. I thought, oh no, and I woke myself up. And she did say that as things start to become clearer is when you're actually travelling.
Oh.
So look back, and you'll see yourself laying in a bed. But whether I'd want to do that or try that, I don't know. I think it'd be. What would worry me is how would you get back if you were out travelling around?
Yeah.
You know, what's to bring you back?
He had to get back couldn't go a certain distance, or had to get back within a certain time. I can't remember, but that's what I fear it would be like. And if you don't get back in time, then what happened then?
Well, it could be like a bit like time travel, couldn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
It could be, but I've had dreams where I have been flying across fields and things like that, you know, whether that's astral travel, that's me actually having an out of body experience. I know it's a dream. It's in a dream because I wake up. I suddenly, and I wake up out of the dream and think, well, that was a odd dream, but I am where I am, where I started off. So I don't know what other people think of that type of thing, or, you know, would you try that at home? Would you worry about it? How would I come back? Or would your body bring you back naturally? I don't know. Something will happen to bring you back, won't it? It's a bit like the phenomenon of falling off a step. You know, when you're actually travelling, you feel yourself falling.
Oh, right, yeah.
Have you ever had that?
You must have had that. You're going off to sleep.
Just as you go off to sleep, you're falling.
Falling off the step or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't had that.
No? That's a weird thing. Because you're just falling. Just keep falling. Yeah. And suddenly you wake up with a start and you're in bed. You think, what was that about?
It's not a very nice feeling.
It's horrible.
No.
Because some people say if you keep falling, you never wake up. You actually die in your sleep. Yeah. So I never fall off the step now. I just stay on the road.
Yeah.
I can't fall off the road.
No.
I tend to stay on there.
What about the weekend?
What about the weekend?
No.
So the weekend we're flying out to Guernsey, as we said earlier, to go to the German. We were going to go to the German underground hospital there.
Oh, right.
So I'll try and take some pictures and bits, and we can put it up on here.
That would be cool.
It's an old museum. It's a German underground hospital built in Guernsey, but it's actually a museum to the Germans now, apparently. So we're quite looking forward to that bit. Never been to Guernsey before, so
no.
For Valentine's,
apparently.
Yeah. What do you mean, apparently? Have you
got another question, Angela? Or?
Not off the top of my head, no. I was hoping other people might have some questions or theories or something.
Yeah. So like we said earlier, you know, hopefully Graham will be back on next Monday. So tune in to Graham's EVPs. If you've got any comments, please send them in. Like Ghost Train Investigations, thank you for doing that. Send them in and we can talk about them on the screen. Christine and all the others that are watching, send in your comments on what you think happens. Like we were saying earlier, you know, dreams are a very difficult thing to explain, aren't they? You know, because I often wonder whether a dream means something, or
well, of course it does.
You know, is there something in that dream that you need to know, and that's why you're being shown that dream? it's a difficult thing to know, isn't it?
Well, shall I tell them about how I moved here?
Well, Jenna tell you a story about how she was having different things in her dream that sort of show you.
Right.
Okay.
Can we come nearer?
If you want to. Can you see her, Angela?
Just about.
Just about. Okay. Right. So.
Do you want to swap seats? You sit here.
Yeah, can do.
It's easier because you need to sit down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, sorry about this.
That's all right.
All changed.
Hello.
Hello.
So, hiya. Yeah. So basically, shall I take that out of the way? Yeah, basically, so the council wanted to move everybody from the places that we were living in, and so we got told we were going to be moving, but we didn't actually know when. Oh, hi, Dora.
Hello.
You had your hair cut.
No, got my
it's
hair
not.
up.
Yeah, sorry. So we got told that we were going to be moving, right? But we didn't know when. And I kept asking Spirit, so come on, when am I going to be moving? And my gran came to me in a dream, and she's holding these keys up, and she said, "Oh, when the time's right." And I thought, well, when's that supposed to be? And anyway, so. But I also didn't know where I was moving to either. And I kept seeing, and because Spirit will give you signs and symbols and that kind of stuff. And I kept seeing Churchill, right?
Okay.
And I'd see, because Churchill's not monument, but where he used to live is in Westerham, isn't it? Right? So I'd see a sign up, Churchill, and then I'd see Churchill apartments and Churchill this and Churchill that, and I thought, well, that's very odd. It's got to be a sign for something, hasn't it? So I had that, the dream about my gran, the keys, and then I had to keep seeing Churchill everywhere. So obviously Spirit were trying to tell me something. Then I was driving along in the car, and I suddenly heard Spirit say to me, "Someone's got to pass before you can move." And I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. Anyway, so then finally I was offered this place. And when I got out the car, I had Poppy with me. And the lady next door, she says to me, "What are you doing with Lily?" And I said, "What do you mean? What am I doing with Lily?" And she said, I said, "Who's Lily?" I didn't know who Lily was. So she said, the dog. I said, no, this isn't Lily. This is Poppy. She's my dog, Poppy. So Poppy's looking at me. So anyway, I was just going to have a look at the property, and guess where it was? Churchill Close. So they've been telling me all of these things. So putting all the bits together, but I was dreaming, and I had Spirit telling me, someone's got past. So the lady that lived here had passed just a couple of weeks before, and when I moved in. And I also knew that I wasn't going to be walking through that front door on my own. But I hadn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'd met Paul at that point either. No, I don't think so. I might have done. No, I had just met you. Yeah, but I knew that I wasn't going to be walking through that front door on my own. And the house number is 2, and I have a thing about that 1 stands on its own, 2's a couple, right? So that's my story of having dreams about people, and my gran was trying to tell me something in the dream, and then eventually Spirit told me, but they were also showing me as well. So you have to. It's like you have to put the jigsaw puzzle together, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've also got another story about. So I was going to buy this car, and I didn't know whether to buy it or not, and it was quite a lot of money. So it's probably back in those days, it's probably about 8 or 9 grand. And I thought to myself, well, I said to Spirit, should I buy this car? Give me a sign if I should buy this car. And it was a grey Citroen. It was what they call a C3. Anyway, I've turned up outside. Someone got a tumble dryer on.
Yeah, me.
Oh, I can hear it in the background. Right.
Yeah.
So I pulled up outside my flat, and this bloke comes turns up in exactly the same car I was thinking of buying. And I said, "Oh, excuse me." I said, I know this sounds a bit weird. I said, but what I'm thinking about buying the same car as you've got. What do you think of it? Love it. Drives smooth. He said, I'll show you the back. The back goes down, and you can make it into like an estate car, and it does this, and it's like really comfortable, and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, thanks very much. So I said to Spirit, okay, thank you for that sign. Give me another sign, just so that I'm sure. So I've gone into work the next day, and I used to be on the phones for the 111, and we used to sit in A, B, and C pods, right? And they said, "Oh, Jenny, today you're sitting on the one over here." So I said, "Oh, well, just show me where you want me to sit, right?"
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Oh, you're number 4." And as I've looked at it, it's C4, the same make as that car.
Yeah.
So, Spirit were obviously telling me, right? And they made it very clear that was my second question answered. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all you've got to do is look for the signs, look for the symbols, and I always say Spirit talk to us in numbers as well. Okay, because they'll say like 444. You might keep seeing 444 everywhere, and to me that says like everything's going to be all right. Okay, if you look at angel numbers, if you Google angel numbers, it'll give you an insight as to like what Spirit are trying to tell you. It's like a bit like a signpost. Do you know what I mean? I know Dora sees 7s, isn't it? 7s. Yeah. And like I always say to people, if you're looking for a partner and you start seeing 1111, I always say, this is my little joke, I always say the one is coming.
I was just going to ask you about 1111. Because the other day on my phone, it has my step counter, and it was on 1111. And even though I got up and walked around and had my phone with me, it didn't change, and it was stuck on 1111. So I was thinking, I wonder what that means.
I had the same today on the wash machine.
Oh, right.
1 hour, 11 minutes.
Yeah, well, it doesn't just mean the one is coming, but it means other things as well, right? So it means like you're ascending, you're becoming more spiritual, that kind of thing. That you have to go with like what you're kind of looking. You have to go with the other signs and what have you that you're getting, right? So I've now got another story. I just thought of another story. Okay, so I couldn't afford to live at my house, right? So I had to sell it, and I knew that I was going to have to sell it. And Spirit kept waking me up. Well, I didn't know it was Spirit waking me up, but I kept waking up at 5:55. Which didn't actually occur to me at the time because I didn't know as much as I know now, okay? But I kept getting woken up at 5:55. And then I'd sort of like be in the high street and a bus would pass me and it'd say changes, right? And then I'd get leaflets through the door. Changes are coming. And then a friend of mine said to me, Jen, have you ever seen the angel number book? And I said, no. So she said, look, have a look at what 555 means. Well, 555 means major changes, right? So I'm still waking up at 5:55 and I'm thinking, for God's sakes, I don't have to get up for another hour. It's like precious time, isn't it? When you're bringing up kids. And I'm thinking, oh, for heaven's sake. Anyway, so then again, another morning woken up at 5:55. And as I've woken up, this massive voice has come towards me. We're getting you ready for the changes bit by bit. Well, that was loud and clear, let me tell you. So do you see what I mean? Putting the pieces together, then I realised that's what they were doing. They were just getting me ready for the huge changes, because then I had nowhere to live, right? So then I eventually got a council flat. So, yeah. So it's all about the numbers. It's all about the signs. It's all about the symbols. And, you know, spirit can help you and, you know, give you those signs and those signposts, if you like. And if you're ever thinking to yourself, you know, I don't know what to do about this, ask them. Say, Spirit, give me a sign if I'm meant to do blah, blah, blah thing, or give me a sequence of numbers if I'm meant to do this or that or the other. And it just can like help you, you know, and it's sort of guidance, if you like.
Yeah.
So,
I might try that.
Yeah. So just a couple of little
Although
stories there.
I need to ask for something.
You need what?
I need to ask for something more specific. So if I just say a sign, then I don't know what I'm looking out for. And
yeah, but that's just the thing, isn't it? Right? You'll see something, you think, I know what that means. Okay? Because when Paul was getting divorced, right, I said to Spirit, does he really love me? And in desperation, I've looked up in the sky, and in the tree there's two pigeons back to back like this in a heart shape. How's that then?
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've got any other stories that come to mind, but I wasn't really supposed to be on it tonight. But anyway, so I don't know. Have you got, what's the time now?
It's running in red, so
All right, okay. So has anyone else got any little snippets they want to say? Dora?
Have you had a deep dream, like Angela was saying, a memory, Dora, that's so lifelike that you know it's not happened, but it was so lifelike?
Like I thought it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. I woke up and I thought, what was that?
We're changing
like
now.
That time when I dreamt about that war.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a dream that I was running out with Maya. And I tried to protect her. So we was running to some village and I hidden under the in some village, and I could see like a flare bombs going everywhere. And because I hid Maya under the table and I couldn't fit all myself under, so I just went from my head down to my waist under the table, and I laid on my belly and my back was and legs not covered, and one flare hit me in the back. It was so painful. I woke up with the pain on my back, and I had that pain all day.
Wow.
The pain from the dream literally woke me up.
That's strange, isn't it? How you can have pain in a dream.
Yeah.
And did you have
But
any
I
marks
dream
on you?
quite. No, but I dream quite often about war, as you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
What, Polish war or just what?
Once I was
Oh,
going
yeah.
to airport in that dream. We was flying back home from somewhere, and Sean was with Leon on front of me. Maya was in front of me, and I walk on the back as you walk to the plane. And I just look around as we was going to the plane, and I see all that police forces with guns around the plane and
What,
all
this is
around
in
the
your dream? In your dream?
yeah, all around the airport. And I said to Sean, I whispered to him, slow down and slowly back out. When we're going back home, I said, forget about it. Slow down and slowly back out. Follow me slowly. And as we back out, we start running to like a tool tower. And the police see us running away. And they start shooting. So us and few others got on that tower. And anything we've got in our backpacks, we pull the ladder up so no one can get onto the top. And I said to everyone, whatever you've got in your backpacks, like you can make weapon of it, just come on, we have to do this. And we start making weapons of scissors, like nails, polished stuff, and perfumes, having flare bombs. It was horrendous.
What sort of dream is that?
I don't know. Looks like I prepared cocktail Mokotov from the perfume, yeah.
Maybe you were a rebel in a past life, or
I don't know.
a partisan, or
I dreamt once also. I was when I lived in Portsmouth before, and I used to live right on the South Sea next to Queen Hotel, and I quite often was going for the walks down the beach, and I had a dream, South Sea Common, where it's the big grass, all the events happen there, hovercraft. So I'm standing on the beach over there, and I'm looking across on Isle of Wight and on the sky, and it's like a plane flying over, but it's not military plane, it's just the one you can go fly and have a fly around, like a tourist plane, little one.
Yeah.
And it's going over, and within seconds, it dropping a bomb, like proper bomb shape like this with the tail.
Oh.
And I went, run. And I start running back to the flat to get my sister out. But soon I see that hit the earth. I was awake.
Oh.
That reminds me of like a premonition, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I had a premonition once. I dreamt that all these bombs were going off, and I could see horses lying around and people lying around, and I woke up with this terrible feeling of dread. And do you know what? A couple of hours later on the news, this is way back now, probably in the 80s sometime, they let off, it was when there was a lot of terrorist stuff going on in London, and they'd let off a nail bomb, and it had hit all these horses, and people had died and all sorts of things. So I actually had a premonition about that.
Yeah.
Also, my mum used to have this dream that there was a bird trapped.
How do you explain a dream you had, and then 3 weeks later you're in a specific place and you know what
is about to happen
because you have dreamt it? Is that a premonition?
Yeah, that's a premonition.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And also, you quite often, like you get this feeling of dread. It's like, I don't know, you can't describe it. It's just terrible. You know, but because I suppose it was a dreadful thing that happened.
Yeah.
But maybe with that premonition, they didn't get a feeling of dread. I don't know. But it was something like weird. You just feel like a weird feeling. But yeah, like I say, my mum used to have this dream that there was a bird in a cage, and she kept it. It was like a reoccurring dream, and I said to her, "That's you, that is," because then not long after that, my parents got divorced. Yeah, and because she felt trapped, you see.
Yeah.
So
Strange, isn't it?
yeah, but that's like she couldn't work this dream out, and I said, "It's you."
Yeah.
Right.
I had a dream last week about white rats.
Oh no.
White rats?
Yeah,
Why's that?
I don't know. They was going on my head.
Oh
I tried to
yeah.
knock them off,
Yeah.
but they wasn't that big, small.
Yeah.
But yeah, they was doing nothing. They didn't bite or anything. They was just
No.
curious, walking everywhere. I got scared at first in that dream, but then I was alright.
Yeah.
Good. Do you know what, Dora? I would write that down, date it, and as you're writing it down, see if anything else comes to you. And you know that person that just put the message up? I don't know who it
Yeah.
was, but
Alan.
Alan.
Yeah.
All right. Would he be able to say like he felt dread or anything like that? Was there any
What was
other
your feeling?
feelings with that dream?
Yeah. So if you're watching, just send it in. What were your feelings when you had that dream?
You know, what was it kind of relating
Or
to?
did you have any feelings?
Or were you meant to be in that place at that time, or
Yeah.
did something happen when you, like, in real life?
It's
Yeah.
like deja vu, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of thing, but that's like a premonition.
Yeah. Deja vu is like, they explain it like we live in two parallel lifelines, and at some stage, them lifelines cross. You know, and it is that place where deja vu, like you've never been there, but you recognise
You've been,
the
yeah.
place.
That moment happened again, isn't it?
And I wonder
I
whether
lived that moment.
like I was saying to Angela earlier, like, it's whether you got that from a past life. So it's like a past life experience rather than a earth-plane experience now. I don't know how you would explain that, but it's fascinating. Angela's dream about levitating in the dream and having to hold on.
No, she wasn't. It wasn't in
Do
a
you
dream.
think?
No, it wasn't in a dream, Paul. Was it, Angela? Angela?
I don't know. It was a memory.
A memory, maybe.
But you said you. Oh, hang on. What's this say? Just knew exactly what was going to happen, and it was a weird feeling, frightening me at the time.
So it's a
I
fear.
wonder if you were meant to be there for some reason, either to meet someone there, or I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Sometimes spirit can put you somewhere for a reason. Do you know what I mean?
See something or witness something.
Yeah.
And learn from it.
Or stop you being there.
Yeah, or stop you being somewhere
because
else.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
And they put something there to stop you.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
But you know your levitation thingy.
That's really interesting. That one.
Yeah, your levitation. You're recalling it from it having happened. Yeah. It wasn't a dream. You're not recalling it from a dream.
A memory.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
No.
Do you think you would have kept going up if you hadn't have held on?
That's what it felt like, yeah. And I didn't feel scared or anything. I was quite enjoying it.
And levitating's always a good trick. It's a good party trick. Save it on the party. Oh well,
Yeah.
that was interesting. So
I usually, when I have a dream when I run, I usually swim in the air because I can't run
yeah,
in the dream,
Yeah.
swim in the air.
and swim in the air. It's like slow motion. Just can't run. So frustrated. I can't run.
Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it? What these dreams mean. They're obviously there for a reason.
Yeah.
They're obviously there for a reason, aren't they? To either give us a warning or memory from a past life. Maybe you're futuristic, Angela. Maybe you're from the future. And in the future, they know how to levitate.
Yeah. Or maybe you're an alien being.
I think he's got a bit of a time lag.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hang on.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, going the wrong way.
Anyway, we'll wait for Angela to come back on.
Yeah.
So if you have any more comments, send it to Angela and we can put it on the screen. If not, this is a last minute thing we had to do tonight because obviously Graham was meant to be on here doing the EVPs, but unfortunately
He wasn't able
had a personal something happen. So we wish you all well, Graham, if you're watching this back, and hopefully everything is okay. So we got an event coming up the 25th of April at Fort Brockhurst for the English Heritage. So if you want tickets, go to the website www.hostforghostparanormal.com, all in one word. And if you look down, it says ticket source. Click on there, and it's as easy as that. It takes you to buy your tickets.
And if
Angela's back.
Angela's back, and also if anyone would like a reading with me, I do psychic readings, I do mediumship readings, clairvoyant readings, all of that. So just get in touch with Paul and or Angela. They can give you one.
Angela does healing as well.
Yeah.
So if you need a bit of healing in Portsmouth and Hampshire, message Angela. Get over there.
If you want some cleaning done, look Dora up.
Don't go any further. She's on the screen. Girl cleaning. So if you need brushing up, cleaning up, whatever, ready, we know just the person to do that for you. You need
And I do
healing?
the cleaning as you got tarot reading and writing.
Yeah.
Do it all at the same time. Angela Hill, one tarot and a cleaning.
We'll meet at Angela's and do a three.
Do it like that. So there you go. You've got it all in one screen here. Healing, messages and cleaning, all in one screen. There ain't no other group that can do that. So, as I say, we're at Fort Brockhurst in April the 25th. We're just waiting on a date for Netley Abbey, isn't it, Dora?
Yeah.
So we're just waiting on a date for that. So we'll do that next one. So if you're interested, pop onto the website, get the tickets to Fort Brockhurst. Great venue.
On sale now.
They're on sale now. So
all proceeds go to English Heritage.
as they're a charity,
we only take out like a little bit for our
tea and coffee
and
whatever.
diesel.
So and the rest of it goes to them, so they can keep the upkeep of the fort. So people can keep and children can keep going there and having a look. So they have promised us they'll open more and more of the fort as time goes on because they're renovating a lot of it. So the venue will get bigger and bigger and bigger. But last time we were there, we had a good night. Interesting. We're the first group to go there in years. So it was a very interesting night. The taps and the knocks and
the candles
and all sorts of things. So I'm hoping second time round, I'm sure we'll be on it. We'll get more. There's definitely more there to come. Right. Thank you for tuning in. I say it's a bit of a mishmash tonight because obviously we've missed Graham. So get well, Graham's brother soon from all of us on here. It's great to see you. Thank you, Alan, for Christine and all the others that have commented.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. Tune in next Monday because we should have Graham back on here with his EVPs. Me and Jen will try and get on there, but we're travelling back from Guernsey on Monday. So in what time we land and what time we get home, we'll try and pop on here, see how it's going. So please tune in next week. See Andrew on here and a few others with Graham.
Here.
Hey?
I'll be here.
Angela will be there. I'm not sure what time we land.
Oh,
So
Dora won't be there. We should be in
Dora will
Poland.
be in
No,
Poland.
I'm in
Yeah.
Poland. Yeah.
Can't you do a live from Poland? In the forest.
Probably.
That'd be interesting. Yeah. Our international ghost investigator Dora.
I didn't thought of that, to go somewhere interesting and show you around.
Yeah. Alan's went to Southampton on Saturday and drove past a sign saying Netley Abbey.
Yeah.
I have taken that as a sign to join you all there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Be great to meet you.
Yeah.
Come and see us.
Yeah.
So keep an eye on the website.
Yeah.
The new
Probably
website's
will
nearly.
be in May. And
Yeah, we think so in May. So the website's nearly finished, the new one. So we'll get that up and running, and then we'll tell you of the new website. So that event will go on there. So come and join us at Netley Abbey. I think Angela's walked around it and Dora.
yeah,
You
very
will-
good.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
nice place.
hopefully we can get there after dark. It might be a completely interesting place in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Energy.
Different energy than it was in the daylight. But so keep an eye on the website for the tickets available for that. Again, there'll only be cheap tickets, but that all goes back to the English Heritage. We don't make no money on them. I know it's for free entry, but if we can make them a little bit of money back, we will. We'll try and do that for them. So it just helps keep these places alive and we can access
And
them
the history goes.
and the history
Well,
going. So
Yeah. It's free entry till 4 o'clock, and we run
Yeah.
event after the closing
Yeah.
hours. So.
yeah, so you just pay, I don't know, whatever we can get for the tickets, and then come along and join us. I'm sure it'd be a totally different place at night. Hopefully the weather would have gone, and we've had enough rain in
Yeah. Oh
the
my
last
God.
couple of years,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be dry, so
Yeah.
we can have a good
I
investigation there.
saw Bognor was really flooded, wasn't it? I saw on Facebook Bognor was completely
I
flooded.
don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So thank you for tuning in tonight, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. As I say, it was a bit of a last-minute thing, but well done, Andrew, for getting them questions. Thinking of something at the last moment.
That's all.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I don't know anybody else. No. I think there's a spirit on my shoulder. And thank you, Jenny, for explaining about dreams and numbers and
Yeah.
writing down
welcome.
Yeah.
write down your diaries and all of that. So,
Thank you, Michelle.
so thank you, Dora,
Thank you.
All right. I
For
pop
your
in
little
a
white-
bit late.
for your little white rats.
And Angela.
Yeah, and well done, Andrew, again, last minute as usual. Well, we normally plan it, but
Yeah,
this week
never
was a
mind.
bit of a miss. So
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed it. It's, let's say, last minute. So only remains for me to say thank you. Have a very, very safe week. And we'll see you next Monday with, hopefully, fingers crossed, of Graham talking about Ludgershall Castle and the EVP.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.